each and every one of you this morning. My indigenous name is Klosh. My government name is Kris. The government was closed for about a month, but we're back open. My government name again, so you can call me Kris again. And I have the honor of serving Slox people as the council chair. I also have the honor of serving on the board of trustees here at Evergreen State College. I've been non-opting adjunct here as well. So I guess first, welcome to the Evergreen State College, and welcome to the Squeaky House of Welcoming. Couldn't think of a better place to hold this gathering, because this is a true gathering place of all people. We welcome everyone here. It's a place of good feelings, a place where we come together, share, break bread, and enjoy company. And that's what these types of gathering places are for. But again, also welcome to Evergreen State College as a member of the board of trustees. I also, as the chairman, want to welcome you to the traditional historical lands of the Slox people. Before being put on an island, we're 7 bands who lived along 7 inlets, along the South Puget Sound, South Sailor Sea for 10,000 plus years. 2 of those bands actually shared this land that you're on right now. One just to the west of us, the inlet called Pell Inlet. We call it Sequoia or Sequoia, named after the people who lived there. There were a band that lived in villages and longhouses. And I have direct lineage. I can track my family back to that band. And then the other band over here was now Bud Inlet, and the Deschutes is the Stud-Choss, another band that I can track my lineage back to, my ancestors. And they lived there for 10,000 to 12,000 years as well. The Stud-Choss along Bud Inlet, the shores of the Deschutes. It lived on an estuary at one point. And my people, we actually call that area the Chukwu, land of Lactose. And Lactose, I like to think of these areas way before civilization, modern civilization, and think about the riches of what provided. We were incredibly wealthy. And that's not hard to imagine when you think about the wealth of this ecosystem, this habitat, right? With year-round salmon, shellfish, the cedar trees, the game, the owl, mild birds. This place, as I imagine it, was heaven. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else in the world at one with the environment, the habitat, than right here. We didn't need to be nomadic. We didn't need to war. We didn't need to fight with anyone. In fact, people would travel for thousands of miles to the Northwest and trade with Coast Salish people because of our riches. And we were all many small little bands, small tribes of people. And yet, as small bands, small tribes, we were incredibly wealthy because of that. Because we were so self-sustaining, but also we traded with people for thousands of years. So we were essentially the first colonists in this area. And really happy. Well, unfortunately, colonization, disease, all that stuff happens. 80% of our population goes. Our people were removed. Our bands of people were put on Slox Island originally. That was our original reservation. That's how we became Slox Band Tribe. And unfortunately, as Indigenous peoples, we've had to sit back and watch our relations, the land, the water, these ecosystems start to deteriorate and die along with growth of society. And with that, our culture kind of goes as well. We've had to watch the death of our salmon, the death of our waterways, and which we're very related, very connected. The city of Olympia didn't just start having these strategic wells, but they've been there for 10,000 years as well. And we've known that we've been connected to those waters. We call ourselves the people of the water, not just because of the bay, but because of these rivers, these streams, these rush waters. We're so very much connected to. And it's as we watch the death of our ecosystems, habitats, stones. And then we have things that are so unnecessary like the scale. And it hurts because I spent some time on the Nez Perce res a couple weeks ago, visiting and advocating for the Nez Perce people to take down the dams on this river. Very early cause, something they are really working hard on. And something I really stand behind. It's a little different though. Those dams provide power, jobs, all these other things. They have a much bigger fight. But I think about this fight that we've been having for so many years about this dam that does absolutely nothing. It doesn't provide jobs. It doesn't provide power. It doesn't really do anything except destroy an ecosystem, which is mind-boggling to me that it's taken us so long to gain any type of ground on this. As long as we've been watching this deterioration of this lake, it was at one time a thriving estuary that provided so much life to so many living things, not only the humans, but the animals and the trees, the birds, everything around it for so long. And then just to watch it die for really no reason at all, except for vanity, has been incredibly hurtful to us, the people. And we've been fighting from day one. We've been fighting hard for about 30, 40 years, thanks to people like Jeff here, my good friend and ally, and we think it's awesome. But I'm optimistic today more than I ever have been because of things like this. We need partnerships. We need people to come together and realize the value of this, that this isn't just about spots and people and our connection, even though that's everything to us, but it really is good for the entire community. It's not only good for my relatives, my children, and my grandchildren, but it is good for your children and your grandchildren as well. It is not just about us, it is about all of us because we are all relations. We're all part of this community. And if we really care about that next generation, then we have to come together and do this. And that's why I'm optimistic, because of the partnerships that we've built these last 8 years. And we have a great lineup of people to speak today. I'm so thankful to Jared. And I want to point out Jared, who talked about the optimism today. I wasn't so optimistic 10 years ago because we didn't have this. We were being fought in every respect. People who even understood that it was the right thing to do still fought us because it was too expensive or too big of a lift, all these things. But the expense of what it's going to cost today to fix pales in comparison to the expense if we don't fix it 10, 50 years down the road to our youth and our grandchildren. But DIRT, from day one, has been right there with us. They have been advocates and warriors with us right from the get-go. And I'm forever grateful to those folks. And I wanted to specifically reach out to those. If you are a staff member, volunteer, or board member with DIRT, I want to stand up and or even board staff member, please stand and be recognized. These guys are friends through and through, and the Sox people can never truly show our gratitude to you all and the work you've done for so many years. You truly recognize the importance of this work. For us, like I said, it's not a cliche when I say that we're connected to these lands. 12,000 years. The United States is celebrating 250 years next year. The United States is a baby. 250 years is absolutely nothing, right? When we talk about 12,000 years, that my ancestors in my bloodline stood and walked right through these lands at one point. That's not lost on me. I get a little emotional and think about my great-great-grandfather and beyond walking these lands, raising a family, teaching, building a community, and I get to continue to be here today. This lots of people are still here, we're still strong, resilient. And the only way we can hold on to our responsibilities, our traditions, our culture, is to protect the environment. It goes hand in hand. We're connected with the land, the water, and the sand, and the chadas, as we call them, the kayas, the cedar trees, so sacred as well. And we can't allow those to die. because our culture, our ceremony connected to that. And so when it comes to groups like you coming together, working with us to restore this, it is truly meaningful to me. It's meaningful to my ancestors, and it's meaningful to that next generation, my grandchildren and their grandchildren. For that, will always be thankful to you. So, how do you thank you. I can't be here all day. We have another travel event down at Ecology this afternoon that I have to go to. I wish I could spend a day with you. I'm going to spend a couple hours with you, but I hope you get to meet some of you. You see him regularly, please come and say hi. I love the chat and know who you are and what you're doing and where you're from and how we can work together. But I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful meeting today. And say, we just take care of yourselves. We don't say bye either. We see each other again, just wait, say wait. So we get together, and then we also raise our hands to you as a gesture of gratitude. So raising hands to each and every one of you for spending your Saturday with us. So thank you all. Thank you. I also don't believe in Jesus, I just talk. So I apologize if I wasn't more.
It was very good. Thank you so much. So, Kris mentioned break. We're not getting this one. We're behind time, and we are packed in terms of presentations. So, really quickly, the restrooms are out in the hallway to the right. There's some breakfast food out there. Since we're not getting there, please feel free to get out and walk around. And if you want to have a side conversation, maybe take that out in the hallway. There is lunch. Lunch will be it's a classic box lunch, so you get to take your sandwich. Pretty much. It doesn't look like we have as many as we thought right now. Not sure about lunchtime, so try to, if you need to, and there isn't any lunches left, you can go to the cafeteria or we're going to be, well, we used to call it OCAB, but we don't know what it is now. Just real quickly, dirt has been around now for 14, 15, 16 years or something like that. I've been working on the estuary restoration effort for 20-something. My partner in crime to start was Jeff Fiddison. He's sitting up here at the front table. We came a long way from being involved in the policy group to look at whether or not the estuary was possible or maybe to an estuary restoration recommendation to have to be at the state level. To that recommendation being shoved in the Orson where we don't pay attention to, and then dirt was formed, and we pushed and got a decision through a final environmental impact statement that was done by Phil Snyder through TES out of Seattle. And Tessa Gardner-Brown over here at the far table was the primary on that EIS, and that was at that time the decision was made to restore the estuary, and the ball started rolling. So that estuary used to be 2,000 feet wide. And when it's restored, it'll be about 500. But when the dam comes out, it'll be about 500. The dam was built as a reflecting boat for the Capitol Hill. And it's iconic in that the Capitol Lake is iconic in the fact that it's part of the Capitol campus. We have a lot of objection to removing the dam. So there's been, and there still is, issues with a certain group of people that want to see a lake history, and it can't happen. It's not going to happen. So today is Pat. Our first presentation will be from Jason Walters of Weyerhaeuser, and then we're going to ask Cole Waltino to come up. Who's out of 57 to do a presentation on some of the upper and middle Watershed work. Port Olympia is here, John Wolf and Alex Smith. We'll be talking about lead cleanup and idea Alex has on the Watershed district concept. We'll we're going to have Danny Einstein talk about what all the ecosystems are to. They have a pretty good project going on in the lower issues. Then we're going to have a panel of people that talk about water resources. And, you know, just how much water is there out there? We've got Dave Monti, who's our board president here, Evan Hansen, who's the Thurston County hydrologist, and Scott Stelton from the Spartan Land. They don't have lunch, and Mike Ruth is here from Never Meetings, GIS.B. He's sitting over here in the middle table, and Mike has got a real strong ally for he is going to be showing footage, drone footage on the screens while you're eating lunch. You can kind of, you know, it's like having dinner and watching TV. Then this afternoon, Dirk is going to be on stage. Dirk, remember, is the project on TV, so it's the state project that's working on actually getting the estuary restored. So design, funding, all the things that are the hard part. Then we're going to play musical tables. So for those of you who are still around, the room will be divided into quadrants. There'll be disciplines at every quadrant. We're going to have facilitators. We're going to play some music, and you're going to, it's just like musical chairs when you're kids at the school carnival. When the music stops, you sit at a table, and you have the opportunity to talk to folks about that particular subject, stormwater, habitat restoration, and so on. So I'm going to just get going here because we're behind time already. I think it would be. I want to thank Chair Peters, Kris, and the Squaxin Island Tribe. We are strong allies of the tribe, and I have to be careful because they did much but we have a working relationship with the tribe that has carried us through for many years, and we really appreciate it. I want to make sure that everyone knows that. So,